Stadium talk. Stadium talk. As fans, don't you just love stadium talk? Like, we don't even know if we're going to have a team in a few years. And we're still, it's on commercial, but this is the Rays Red Sox game. We're doing this every night, spending money on City Connect jerseys, going to games, buying tickets, all this stuff. And we don't even know if it's not up to us. As diehard of a fan you may be, it's not up to you. It's up to billionaire owner and city officials. Tough. But that's the reality we're in right now. It truly is. We do not know if we will have a team in a few years. It's truly up to them. It is. But I don't like to think that way, so let's move on. As we all know, the gas plant district is the site of the proposed plan for the new Rays Stadium. It's going to not just be a stadium. The stadium will be $1.3 billion, but this is a much bigger project than $1.3 billion. The entire plan is $6.5 billion. Stadium's just 1.3 of that. This is an entire renovation to an 85-ish acre portion near downtown St. Pete. This is a huge deal. Not just for the Rays, for us fans, but for the city of St. Pete. And the vote is coming up here soon. So, some new renderings just got released. We'll take a look at these pictures and then we'll talk from there. So, let's scroll through these. So here, obviously, you see the stadium there. Let me move myself over here so you can fully see that. Looks beautiful, looks awesome. All these really nice buildings, tons of walking areas. You know, it's going to include a museum, apartment space, retail, bars, restaurants. The goal is to make this, a day going to the ballpark. Like a Bucks game where you show up 2.5, 3 hours early to tailgate, drink, grill, all that type of stuff. Well, let's I'm on the Tampa side of things, so my way of thinking, well, let's go down to St. Pete, get there about 2 hours early, start drinking, and maybe after the game we can have dinner or something. Like, that's what they're going for. Maybe a year or 2 years ago, the president of the Rays came out in an article and said he understands and knows that the majority of the fan base is 813. This is in writing. So, I'm not, St. Pete, I am not trashing y'all. I promise I am not. I know that Tampa, they didn't want the Rays. They are not interested in paying a dime for the Rays to be in Tampa. So, any casuals that come across this video who are still going to comment, the Rays need to be in Tampa, the Rays need to be in Tampa. I want the Rays in Tampa so bad, but it is not a thing. It hasn't been a thing for 2 years. The Tampa side, the Tampa city, not interested. We don't want to pay for it. And Sternberg, he wants the city or a city to pay for it. It's not Tampa. We'll see if it's St. Pete. And if it's not St. Pete, he'll go somewhere else and find a different city. Supposed to be talking about these renderings, my bad. Get so carried away with this stuff. Yeah, so a bunch of walking space. Looks cool. Looks nice. So you see, I think this is saying Liquid Rays here, so maybe this is like a restaurant. Those kind of look like bottles. You see all this open area to walk around, fountains. No idea what these buildings are. I'm assuming this is some Rays building with the sunburst up there at the top. The little Yandi thing going on here, historic gas plant district. Cool. Looking further into it, you see cafe here, Beam Cafe here. I can't read that, but you get the idea. Next up, I love this view here. I love this. So up here, this says Booker Ballroom. Another thing. Got some City Connect stuff going on. You can tell this is the same sign going on here with the historic gas plant district. There you see it. It actually does say Liquid Rays. Yeah, so some seats in there. The little fire things, tables. So yeah, it's going to be some type of food thing. Like I said, you get the idea. Does this say back here? It looks like Pinellas Wing Company. I'm there. But yeah, you see how much open space. You see all of the buildings, all of the restaurants. They understand. In order to be successful, And to make this a sustainable thing, they have to find a way to attract the Tampa side more. They have to. They're in St. Pete, and if I'm not mistaken, more of their season ticket holders are on the Tampa side of things than St. Pete, even though they're in St. Pete. Okay. So that's the goal. Get Tampa. Make the drive worth it. Make the drive worth it. Make a day of it. Here's another look. Not much Rays related here, but just giving you an idea of the structures of the building, people walking around, more restaurants going on here. Here's a great look of the entire district, the entire gas plant district. See the Rays down here. All these buildings, some residential, some business. So much going on. Like I said, $6.5 billion project. This beautiful stadium right here that I hope is actually a thing, 1.3 of that, like I said. And then here is a look at that museum I was talking about, African American Museum of Florida. Nice little water here, bridge, just beautiful stuff. Beautiful renderings. I myself, I'm not going to get excited until this gets approved. I'm not going to give myself any sense of false hope, because if we lose the Rays, I will be devastated. Like I said, at this point, just stay. And all of the people that somehow still think the way, they should have been in Tampa, okay, it's not going to happen. Would you rather lose the Rays or them stay where they actually are and have a beautiful district with tons of things to do? You have to change your mindset. That's done. It's in the past. This is it. This is do or die. If this city council does not approve this deal and we lose the Rays, 1, screw Sternberg, and 2, those city council officials will be remembered as the group that let the Rays leave the Tampa Bay area. So, if that's not enough pressure, because they will get a ton of backlash for that, I would recommend all of you to follow Colleen Wright. She writes for the Tampa Bay Times, and she is doing the reporting on this whole ordeal. She went on local radio, J&Z, I believe it was. I'll probably put the link in the description so you can hear it from the source and not just hear me rant and be biased and emotional and all that other stuff. But she did say herself, there are 8 people on the council. 5 have to say yes for this to go through. If it's a 4-4 tie, done, we lose the Rays. They're gone. Off to Nashville, off to Utah, Carolina, whatever it may be. It has to be 5-3. And she did say, this was last week after their meeting, that she cannot count based on watching the way they speak, what they present during these meetings. She can't count 4 people that would say no. So in her mind, there are currently 5 people that would say yes. Now that is obviously positive news. So that council meeting, that workshop, that was last week. Now, as of this morning, St. Petersburg is planning another city council on the new Rays Stadium on June 13th. So another day to look out for. This council meeting or workshop is public. So if you did want to go and sit around for 4.5-5 hours, you do you. But since they are having another council meeting, this does push back the approval date. So we were thinking the date would be in June. This is when they will decide yes or no, based on the voting of those 8 council members. Because there is another workshop now in June, now the approval date is not until mid to late July. So things are being moved back. Just want to give the overall update. Here are the pictures. They had their workshop last week. Colleen Wright, Tampa Bay Times, said things went well. She cannot count 4 people that would say no, which means currently we are okay. We can breathe Don't breathe too much, because nothing's set in stone. But going forward, there will be another meeting in June, another workshop, and then in July, supposedly, is supposed to be the approval date. And then we will know if baseball will stay in Tampa Bay. So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your comments down below. Please do not leave a move the Rays to Tampa comment. Like I said, I'm on the Tampa side of things. I wish that could have happened, but it's done. It's over. It was over 2 years ago. Please let it go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate all support. And yeah, go Rays. Y'all have a blessed one.